They call it the water of life. And here in Scotland there's nowhere better to savour the true spirit of the nation than where that life begins. From island to lowland, from mountain to glen, our distilleries dispense local charm, a link with history and culture, and a range of flavours that are as individual as the locations these malt whiskies spring from. You would think that with the same raw materials and production methods, all malt whiskies would taste the same. But nothing could be further from the truth. Every slight difference in the preparation of the basic ingredients, the shape and size of the gleaming stills, the rhythm of the distillation process, the type of cask, and the time spent in the cask, all have their effect on the final flavour. Pay a visit to any of our distilleries and you'll discover some of the secrets of the ancient art of whisky making and find out just why every dram has its own singular character. Just south of Edinburgh, at the home of the Edinburgh Malt, the Glenkinchie distillery produces a whisky that's sweet and smooth and soft like the surrounding lowland countryside. Taking a visit to Roslin Chapel of Da Vinci Code fame before heading north to Pitlochry and Blair Athol, the home of Bell's whisky. Purchased by Arthur Bell in 1933, this distillery was first established in 1798 and produces a 12-year-old single malt with a strong fruity flavour and a smooth finish. Nearby Blair Castle is also worth a visit, before continuing your journey up into the Highlands and the distillery on the moors at Dalwhinnie. In the visitor centre here you can join a tour of the distillery and browse the variety of whiskies and gifts on display. The clean, fresh taste of Dalwhinnie is very different, but it reflects the crisp mountain climate outside the walls of one of the highest distilleries in the land. In Royal Deeside near Balmoral Castle, the Scottish retreat of the royal family, you can experience the Braemar Gathering and our Royal Loch Nagar. Age-old traditions and craftsmanship produce one of Scotland's most exclusive whiskies, worthy of the royal prefix to its name. Here in the visitor centre, you'll be offered a dram after a guided tour of the distillery. Passing Thomas Telford's famous Craigellachie Bridge over the River Spey will lead you to Cragganmore. All the subtle differences do add up. Here at Cragganmore, you'll notice the unique flat-topped spirit stills. These help to shape the character of this Speyside whisky produced near Ballindalloch Castle. And the flavour is quite different to that of its near neighbour, Cardew, known for its gentle sweetness. The whisky produced here, experts describe as silky, and it's used in some of the award-winning Johnnie Walker blends. Then on to Inverness, the capital of the Highlands, and not far from Loch Ness, you can enjoy a visit to the Glenord distillery. It's no surprise to find tourists flock in droves to watch distillers expertly tend the copper stills. And in the visitor centre, take time to browse our exhibition and our excellent selection of single malts. The type of cask used for maturation also plays an important role in defining the essence of an individual whisky. The mellow Singleton of Glenord owes its combination of spice and smoothness to maturing in both American casks and European sherry butts. Further up the coast, beyond the fairy tale spires of Dunrobin Castle, is Clynleash, where spring water from the Clynmilton Burn is used to produce this fruity, slightly smoky single malt. journey to the west coast and over the famous Skye Bridge to Talisker on the romantic Misty Isle. As well as enjoying Skye's fantastic scenery, you can experience whiskies which are far more robust and assertive, echoing more than a little of the bracing Atlantic climate and rugged island landscape. Here you can enjoy the Talisker taste experience and sample this world-renowned award-winning single malt, an alluring, sweet, full-bodied dram that is so easy to enjoy. You'll find Ellendonnan Castle, seen in the film Highlander, on the way down the coast to Oban. Here, the Oban distillery is conveniently situated in the town centre. In production since 1794, it's one of Scotland's oldest sources of single malt whisky. But travel westwards to the celebrated whisky island of Islay to discover the distillery of Colilla on the northeast coast, with magnificent views across to the Paps of Jura. The golf here is internationally renowned as well. The Lagavulin distillery, sitting alongside the ancient castle of the Lord of the Isles, uses the island's huge reserves of peat to dry the malted barley, creating the hallmark style of this complex, rich malt whisky. Lagavulin welcomes visitors from many countries, including the yachtsmen and women of the classic malts cruise each July. The climax of the cruise is the Ceilidh, with traditional music at the distillery. Our classic malt selection provides an easy way around these regional variations, a tour of Scotland in a glass. There are undeniable regional characteristics to whisky, but the vast range of malt whiskies is so delightfully diverse, you can't pigeonhole them too rigidly. Discover our distilleries. Absorb the atmosphere and the environment just as our whiskies do. Enjoy the sights, sounds and smells of a traditional craft that's warmed people's hearts for centuries. There is no better place and no better way to appreciate the water of life.